welcome to a tasting video. This video, I am tasting an authentic medieval ale that I brewed about a month and a half ago now. I don't actually know, to be honest, but probably around then. The goal of this was to drink it quickly. I'm not doing that, obviously, because now it's been about a month and a half, but I think I bottled it about 3 weeks to 4 weeks ago, somewhere in that range. So it's still fairly young. I was trying to get to this about 2 weeks ago to drink it really fresh, because that's what they did for spoilage reasons and selling it reasons. So the recipe for this was a lot of grain. It was 12 and a third pounds of grain total. And a pound and a third of that was roasted in the oven at 300 degrees Fahrenheit for about an hour. I think I did the first half an hour at like 225, raised to 300 for the second half hour. Try to get a little bit of blush in the cheek, if you will. And then I did 3 pounds of oats on top of that, flaked oats. And then I did 15 quarts of water. I boiled it, didn't take any measurements. Mashed it really super thick. And then added the boiling water poured a little high to try and drive off some of the heat. Mashed it at 168, way higher than normal. Normally your mash should be close to like 150 degrees Fahrenheit. I mashed for a very long time because you're mashing so high and so hot. It's like a 3-hour mash, so I waited 3 hours. The mash did drop to 150 degrees Fahrenheit over that course of 3 hours. But, and then I ran off only a gallon, and I could not get the second gallon off. I couldn't. So I added more water, I think it was 1.5 gallons. Got a second running of that, and that I'm going to turn to a sour beer, which is still going. But the first gallon I fermented with Nottingham ale yeast, and let it go for like a week, maybe 10 days. Bottled it with priming sugar. I almost added more yeast into it, but I didn't. I don't know. I don't think that was the right thing to do, just because they didn't really do that probably back then. They probably just let it do its thing with carbonation. In fact, they probably caught fermentation early and served it just in casks, and probably was on a little on the flat side. Allegedly, they did this during fermentation as well. Sometimes they would bottle it, or not bottle it, but they would put it in a barrel or their serving tanks or whatever you want to call them. I'm also going to taste this without it being chilled. I'm just going to open it right up room temperature. Room temperature being in like the high 70s, low 80s today in Southern California. This is a raw ale, and there's no hops in it. It's no boil, so we'll see. So let's see. I hope this carbonated. It was very high in alcohol. I think it finished at like 1020. And I think the starting gravity was like 1100. Oh, it is very carbonated. Too much so. Oh no. Wow, weird. I must have had a contamination. That has to be what that is. That raw ale can do that, allegedly, if you don't have a boiled or pasteurized. I haven't pasteurized any of this. So you can be left with beer that is overcarbonated with a contamination issue. So I do have one that's also cold that I did put in the fridge about 2 weeks ago. I will do a back-to-back with those, with both those, to see if there's a difference in carbonation. Let's go for it. It's it smells like weird. It's like honey. It's not bad though. I mean, it smells boozy. It's really musty and dirty, sort of smelling like earth. It's not as sweet as I thought it would be honest. I thought this would be really, really, really sweet, but it's not. I mean, it really isn't that bad. It's not that bad. It's very great, like really earthy. Like, can't describe it. Like grain. It's not grain. It's like astringent. It's very astringent. That's what it is. It's astringent. When you're mashing that high, you're definitely gonna get into that at 168 degrees Fahrenheit. And no boil. All the proteins and stuff in there didn't have a chance to get out. God knows what sort of gunk is in here. So it has astringency definitely in the taste, but it's not the worst. It's pretty dry. I can't believe that Nottingham actually did a good job of fermenting it down. It's not cloying, which I really was expecting. That'll be a little darker, maybe because of the roasted grains, but it is pretty light. I mean, there's a little goldenness there, in the color. And a couple sips in, I'm already feeling warmth for sure. That's pretty good. I mean, it's so hard to describe. It's this weird honey, earthy, astringent beer, but it's not undrinkable. And the fact that there's no hops in this either is remarkable, because I would think there's hops in there. I don't know if there's a bitterness thing there from the astringency, and that's what's making it have a little bitter sort of thing going on. The fact that there's no hops in this and it's actually this dry and drinkable is shocking to me. So I've heard that these allegedly, sometimes, I guess occasionally back in the day, they would age these for a while, but most of the time they are drank pretty fresh. So I will age a couple of these for like 2 years and just see what happens. Maybe like every year I'll try one until I run out. I only have like 6 bottles anyway, maybe 7. So I'm gonna open up a cold one and see if it's overcarbonated. I didn't bring it out though. I wasn't expecting that. All right, this one's the cold one. I'm also curious to see how it tastes cold, because warm beer is a little rough. We're good. Wow, maybe it was just this one bottle. I don't know. We're being on the heat longer. I'm not sure. The carbonation on this one seems about right. Maybe still a hair overcarbonated. Yeah, so now I got a full pour. There's definitely a bit of a dark golden color there. It's nice looking, actually. It's fairly clear, which I'm really shocked. So you kind of see my hand behind there a little bit. I mean, it was gunky when I first pulled it off on the, whoops. Oh, I just threw a bunch of yeast into there. But yeah, it's amazing how clear that is. Smell is similar. Astringent. It's coming out almost like a rug, like a carpet. I can't believe it's actually pretty good. It's actually baffling to me that this is actually drinkable. I mean, definitely getting some more grain and like that protein sort of thing going on. It almost smells like a mash, like a hot mash. That's what it smells like. I've had worse beer commercially that's about this high alcohol range. I mean, kind of a lot more actually. I hate those high ABV, like golden ales that are like 11, 10%. They're just hard for me to drink. This doesn't have that. I don't know why. It's bizarre. I'm so confused right now. Anyway, this is a pretty good beer. My mind is blown. Anyone want to try getting weird with this? It might be okay for you. You might actually like it, especially if you like bigger beer. And, you know, have some fun to do. You know, especially if you have like you're into that history of making beer. Say go for it. I mean, the worst case scenario is you dump it. It's only a gallon. That's the gallon I got at least. I'm glad I tried this. I don't know that I'll do it again. There was another recipe on that article that I based this recipe off of. I might try that one. I will link that in the description below, by the way, that article. And yeah, get out there, guys, and just get weird. Never stop getting weird.